In the last part, Hakuman killed Gurayu's parents, after which Ushio angrily went to kill Hakuman. Now Hakuman starts saying, "You dare to oppose me." After this he goes to attack Ushio, but Ushio can't do anything, because he was not able to move at all. Hakuman attacks with his power. Seeing this, Tora also uses his fire power, because of which there is a big explosion here. After this Hakuman starts wreaking havoc all around, and starts killing people, but Tora was surprised, because Hakuman didn't even notice him. Now Hakuman runs away from here, but Ushio was very sad, because he couldn't do anything to stop Hakuman. He starts thinking, what have I been doing all this time? Was I just relying on the beast's spear for everything? That's when Tora says, "It wasn't your fault. He is an enemy who can shrug off my flames." After some time Gia-Mei regains consciousness, and starts asking about her parents. Hearing this, Ushio gets sad, due to which she also understands the whole thing, and says, "You must have come from even farther away than a powerful hermit. It is fine, you saved my life." She then asks Ushio, "Do you think they will befriend me, if I went there?" Then Ushio replies, "Yeah, they'd never leave you alone." After this Ushio comes out, but he was still sad. Just then he sees Gurayu, who was punching a stone angrily, due to which his hand was badly injured. Seeing this, Ushio immediately goes to stop him, but Gurayu starts saying, "Father put his soul into that divine sword, and it did nothing. What else am I supposed to do with these arms now?" Then Ushio explains to him, "Your hands will forge the blade that will kill Hakuman, so don't give up, I'll help you." On this Gurayu says, "There's only one way left to me." Hearing this, Ushio is shocked. Then Gurayu starts saying, "There is a dark method that can forge a strong sword. 100 years ago, a master bell maker's work was ordered by Shangdi. He used his skills to the utmost to forge a great bell, but he was faced with many hardships. Then he sacrificed his daughter to the gods, and offered her to the fire. And the bell that was created was magnificent. But Gurayu do not want to do such a thing, because Gia-Mei is his everything now." Just then Gia-Mei stands up at the place of fire, and starts saying to Gurayu, "Please forge a magnificent sword." Seeing this Gurayu tells her to get down, but she does not listen to him and starts saying, "Just as mother offered her hair to the flames, it is now my turn. If a divine sword that defeats Hakuman will come of it, what more fitting way is there for me to do my part as a swordsmith's daughter?" Seeing this, Ushio also tries to stop her from doing so, but she does not listen to anyone and offered herself to the fire. Seeing this, Ushio and Gurayu immediately go to save her, but both are unable to save him. Just then Tora also comes here, and at this time both became very sad. Suddenly Gurayu starts saying, "It's what I honestly thought at the time. Deep within in my heart may have wished for this to happen. If so, then I am a demon, and there is only one thing a demon should do." After this Gurayu starts forging the divine sword, but this time he was very angry and his heart was filled with hatred for Hakuman. Seeing this, Ushio also becomes very sad and wants to stop him, but Tora forbids him to do so, and says, "There's only one thing you can do right now, and that's to stay with him until the end." Now Gurayu was striking even more angrily, and during this he was also missing Gia-Mei. Seeing all this, Ushio gets worried. Just then Gurayu starts telling Ushio, "I finally realized I'm going to become a spear. Since I forged this blade as a demon, I will become its spear shaft. I will thirst for the blood of Hakuman, and become a spear filled with hatred of monsters. But you are a good man. You have the strength to not fear Hakuman. You had the courage to shield us from him. And you are kind also. Your light will continue to shine, even in the deepest darkness, while I will become a spear of darkness. But one day, I would like to fight at the side of someone like you." After this Gurayu changes into the beast's spear. Now seeing this, Ushio is very surprised. Then Gurayu tells Ushio, "Be my witness." He then engrave on spear, "We will reside in Ushio's heart until Hakuman is defeated." Now Ushio realized, Gia-Mei is the edge of the blade, and Gurayu transformed to become the shaft of the spear. Tora was also looking at the spear. Suddenly he feels like he was about to remember something. However, Tora decides to destroy the beast's spear right now, so that he won't have to be so jumpy around it in the future. He goes to destroy it, but suddenly it fly away. At the same time Gia-Mei appears here. She tells Ushio, "I was the one who was to tell you of the origin of the beast spear, as well as about your mother." Hearing this Ushio says, "That's right. I came here to find out about my mom." Just then Tokasaka also comes to take them back, because they have seen what there was to see. After this Tokasaka uses his power and starts taking them back. During this Gia-Mei starts telling Ushio, the beast's spear traveled across the continent, looking for Hakuman. However, unable to find him, The spear's hatred and frustration led it to kill yokai indiscriminately. Yokai from all over China worked together to fight against the spear, and after a long grueling battle, the spear was finally captured. But one after another, the yokai turned into string, and became a red cloth to seal it. The spear was thus sealed within a deep mountain valley, to await the time it would reawaken, until one man next came to visit this land. After that, Jia chased after Hakuman, because she believed that one day, the spear would appear before Hakuman. So she was worried about her brother, because he can only ascend to heaven when Hakuman is defeated. She wanted to defeat Hakuman, but then she found out that Hakuman had made his way to Japan. It was there that she was reincarnated, and when she was born her name was Yuki. Hakuman tried to destroy this country. In 1160, humans and yokai came together to destroy him. However, that time he turned to run, but the true danger lay in where he retreated. Ushio is shocked to hear this. Then Jia tells Hakuman hid under the sea, but now Yuki could not attack him, because the keystone supporting the pillars that hold up those islands, Hakuman has inserted himself between those pillars. So if he were to leave from here, then all of the pillars supporting those islands would fall, and Japan would sink into the sea. At the same time, Yokai's group came to attack Hakuman, but Yuki stopped them, because of which they felt that she had betrayed them. Now Ushio starts asking about his mother. Then Jia tells, as time continued on, I kept Hakuman sealed, and when Yuki's power reached its limit, I chose Hazaki Mikado as a successor for her. But 300 years later, Mikado's power also reached its limit, so I once again went to find a successor, and choose Hazaki Samako. She is still at the bottom of the ocean today, keeping Hakuman sealed within the barrier. And she is your mother. Just then Tora asks, if his mom is holding up the barrier, how was he even born? Then Jia tells that one day Samako had a dream, in which she became pregnant and gave birth to a child. The child grew up, and he wielded the beast spear, but the spear still had not appeared before Hakuman. So Jia decided to prepare the one who could wield it. Now Tokisaka brings them in the present time, where Jia explains, I sent Samako out into the world, although I was only able to give her 2 very short years, and the child she had, that was Ushio. Tokisaka then tells Ushio, the next time we will meet during the final battle, and disappears from here. Now Jia tells Ushio, many battles await you in the future, but please, do not give up. After this she also disappears from here. Tora asks Ushio, what are you gonna do? At the same time Beast Spear also comes back. Then Ushio tells him, Gurayu said he wanted to fight by my side, and Jia said she wanted to come to this world, so I'll go home and think it over. In the next scene we see a lady, where a red cloth with beast spear was in front of her. Just then an old man says, that red cloth once bound a spear, that killed many monsters, and the location of the spear is unknown. However the lady know it's now in Japan, and she want that cloth. That's when the old man says, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. Suddenly the lady attacks the old man and kills him in an instant, after which the old man is surprised to see that lady. Then the lady says, it appears that after several centuries, you have forgotten me. But I am far more terrifying than the beast spear. The next day Ushio goes to school, and his friends are happy to see him, but Nakamura starts fighting with him even today. But today after a month coming to school, he was feeling very good. After the school Ushio was with Nakamura and Inoue, where Tora was eating hamburgers. Inoue thanks Tora, because without his help, they would not have been able to return Ushio to normal. Then Tora says, but Ushio doesn't even remember you guys were there. Nakamura invites Ushio to dinner, but he refuses her, because his dad's actually waiting for him with dinner ready for once. Just then Ushio sees a kid, who was looking at an ant. Suddenly a car is about to hit him, but Ushio saves him. That's when the boy tells him, you're Ushio, right? Ushio is surprised by this. After this Ushio comes to his house, but his father had gone somewhere even today, because of which Ushio gets angry, but he doesn't understand, how did that kid know his name? Then Tora tells him, I smelled a scent just like your spear coming from that kid's bag. After this Tora is about to tell Ushio something else. Suddenly someone comes to attack him, so both come out immediately, where there is the same grade school kid, and he stops his beast, whose name was Kuen. Now Ushio is surprised to see these two. Then the kid tells them that my name is Kiryu, and I am a successor of the beast spear. On the other hand, Shigure has come to Oyakum, where Oyakum begins to say, finally the beast spear's successor has appeared. There is no greater joy for me than to be alive to see that moment. I would love to meet Ushio. after which I would have no more regrets left in this world. Suddenly Shigure and Nigeria feel immense demonic energy gathering. Then Oyakum says, "It has come." Now Shigure and all the priests come out, where some demonic energy appears in front of them, and starts saying, "I am Karagi, an avatar of Hakuman. I shall punish you all." Hearing this, everyone gets worried. Here Ushio asks Kiryu, "If you're a successor for the spear, why are you doing this?" Then Kiryu says, "I've come to take your burden from you, because this Elzar scythe and Kuin are stronger than the beast spear." Now this makes Tora very angry. But Ushio stops him and tells Kiryu, "I don't get what you're saying." Then Kuin speaks, "The owner is brainless, but his pet dog becomes restless, too." Hearing this, Tora angrily attacks Kuin with his lightning power, but his lightning power gets reflected on his body, because Kuin's gold mist can turn aside any attack. After this Tora goes to attack Kuin again. Suddenly Shigure comes here in a wounded condition, and tells Ushio, "We need the power of the beast spear, because the main temple of the Kuhame sect has been attacked by Karagi." On hearing this, Ushio gets ready to leave, but it seems, Kiryu knows Shigure, because he also goes with him. Now Kuin tells Tora, "My duty is to protect Kiryu," and leaves from here. Ushio tells Shigure, "Aren't there a bunch of powerful priests?" Then Shigure says, "This is Hakuman's avatar. We can't contain it alone." However, Ushio is ready to face him. Just then Kuin says, "There's no need to rely on the beast spear, we just need a lot of Elzar scythes." Hearing this Shigure says, "You're still spouting that nonsense?" On the other hand, Nigeria realizes Karagi is very strong. That's why he decides to use the full moon formation. After this, all the priests use this formation together, because of which Karagi gets imprisoned. Just then Shigure and Ushio also come here. Seeing them, Nigeria tells Shigure to take Ushio to Oyakum. Now Shigure takes Ushio with him, and tells him, "Oyakum kept Hakuman sealed in a barrier for 300 years. That means your mother shares her blood." After some time both of them come in front of a door, but Ushio was afraid to go inside, so Shigure throws him in. That's when Ushio realizes he has seen Oyakum before. Oyakum tells Ushio to come to her. Just then she notices his shirt is torn at the elbow. Then Ushio asks, "Do you have a needle and thread?" Oyakum gets sad hearing this. Just then she remembers the old memory, where we see two kids with her. But after that she went with GMA to seal Hakuman. But she is grateful that the child who can wield the spear has been found. Now Ushio folds his shirt. To this Oyakum says, "You'll catch cold." Then Ushio says, "You're so nice, but I don't remember my mom. However, I wonder if she's as nice as you." Now Oyakum was getting emotional with these things, and tells Ushio, "She is much nicer than I am." Suddenly Ushio feels an attack, after which he gets ready to face Karagi. Then Oyakum starts saying, "GMA, you gave me this wonderful moment. I am grateful for this." On the other hand, Karagi starts breaking up the formation. Seeing this, Nagare, Satoru and Hinawa go to attack with their power, but she reflects their powers right back at them. Just then Kiryu tells Kuin, "My little party is about to begin. Go and play with him, who is trying to ruin it for me." Kuin then appears in front of Tora, and gets ready to fight with him. On the other hand, Ushio attacks Karagi with the power of the beast spear, but she reflects the power on him. Seeing this, Ushio tries again, but this time the same thing happens. After this Hakuman's avatar attacks all the priests with full moon formation, because of which no one can do anything. Meanwhile, she also comes to attack Ushio, but someone creates a barrier. Karagi is shocked to see this. Then Oyakum starts saying, "Have you forgotten Hazaki Mikado?" But Ushio tells Oyakum to get out of here. "I'll fight with it." Then Karagi starts saying, "I'll destroy that spear, and then I will annihilate you all." After this she starts attacking Oyakum and says, "You have made a wall, but how long can your ancient body keep it up?" Hearing this, Oyakum says, "You underestimate me." Just then Oyakum uses her power, in front of which Karagi is unable to do anything, and Oyakum freezes her in a moment. But Oyakum also gets injured in this battle, due to which Ushio gets very worried. Just then Kiryu tells Ushio, "You sure are weak. Now everyone will see how great I am." Kiryu then uses Elzar Scythe's power to kill Karagi in a single blow. Here Tora asks Kuin, "What are you plotting by holding me here?" But Kuin does not tell him. Hearing this, Tora angrily attacks him. But Kuin says, "You are the first to ever lay a hand on me, so let us fight again sometime." On the other hand, Ushio is sad, because he feels, if only he were stronger, it would not have happened then. On this Oyakum starts saying, "You don't have to cry. I know it will be difficult, but I am counting on you. She then tells everyone, Ushio's power alone will not be enough to defeat Hakuman, so you must all work together. And after that she dies. Now everyone gets sad because of this. Then Oyakum's soul comes out and goes with GMA. But many priests were surprised to see Kiryo's power, because he cut down that monster in a single blow. Just then Kiryo tells everyone, you guys don't have to obsess over the beast spear anymore. The Elzar Scythe and I are gonna beat Hakuman. Then Shigure says, it was not your strength alone that defeated Karagi, but Nigeria stops him and praises Kiryo. But Ushio was very sad this time. After some time Kiryo is with his mother. He tells her that Nigeria said I will be a powerful new asset. To this his mother says, no one is stronger than you. She then gives Kiryo a hat, which Kiryo has wanted for a long time. Then she tells Kiryo, if they still won't see the light, then it cannot be helped. You'll just have to break the beast spear. After this the episode ends, but if you have missed the previous part, then definitely watch the video of the left side.